In this video, we'll be taking a look through the entire third issue of the Spice Girls official magazine and explaining why this was a particularly important one. It includes a heartwarming story from Melanie C, who shows us how to deal with family bombshells with grace and dignity in a very open and candid feature. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for lots more spice and be alerted when my new videos drop. Thanks for your support. Spice, the official Spice Girls magazine, had been an exclusive publication in the UK only available to magazine club members. That was until now. In the summer of 1997, the magazine's third issue was released in shops for anyone to buy, whilst club members still received their copies in the post. Spice was a quarterly publication that acted as a direct way for the band to communicate with their fans in the days before social media. It also gave fans an official option when looking for a Spice Girls magazine, with many unofficial products hitting the shops, trying to capitalize on the group's success. From this one onwards, all Spice magazine issues were made available in shops. Club members received an extra poster, however, creating highly collectible and rare items that are now super tricky to hunt down. Members, or Super Spicers, were informed of this via this collectible postcard that arrived with their copy of this issue. Issue 3 was also bigger and boasted a perfect bound construction, whilst issues 1 and 2 were saddle-stitched. Issues 3 to 8 included a large pull-out folded poster which was attached in the center pages. The additional club exclusives were sent loose with each issue. These are the two double-sided posters club members received. This one came attached inside the center pages for everyone who got the magazine, and it features two colorful shots from the group's late 1996 Ellen Von Onworth photo shoot. Club exclusive poster also features a Von Onworth shot from the same shoot but in monochrome, with a Kunihiro Takuma photo shoot image from the band's Japan session in the summer of '96. You may recognize it from the same shots used inside the Spice album CD. So now that's out of the way, let's dive into the magazine itself. The cover features a fun shot of the group taken by Chris Buck at a shoot in New York during their early 1997 promo trip. Open it up and look what's inside. A full-page advert for the group's upcoming promotional single CD, Step to Me. Did you collect all your pink ring pulls for your copy? Check out my Spice Girls Pepsi documentary on my channel after this and relive that incredible campaign. The contents page explains how and why this issue is available on newsstands and tells how it is a bumper summer issue with loads more pages than normal. That explains the perfect bound construction then. A full-page ad for Zhu. Looks like something Geri would wear. More contents and a shot of Melanie C reading the magazine's last issue. A double-page makeup ad. In the news section, they talk about their recent promotion in America, mentioning that they appeared on 3 of the country's biggest live shows. They also appeared at the Cannes Film Festival and had a rather infamous encounter with King Charles, then Prince of Wales, and his, bottom. They seem proud of winning 2 Ivor Novello Awards too, as well as Spice being the first debut album by a British band to get to #1 in America. A little mention of their Pepsi single campaign and also their Walker's Crisps collab. Then they promote their Spice Girls Summer Special, another official magazine released shortly after this issue of Spice, that's themed with summer holidays and includes an exclusive cassette tape, postcards, stickers, and posters. The upcoming second album also gets a mention. There's a Tampax advert, a logo advert, then an article about girl power in the news. The girls then share how to use your body for girl power. We should all be studying this religiously, I feel. The group's trip to the Far East in April 1997 is covered over the next 4 pages. An article about Emma and donuts. Baby spice power overload. The girls talk about having their nails done right before an advert for L'Oreal's Extreme Hold Nail Polish. Don't tell me these girls didn't know how to sell stuff. The girls take on roles as the Dustbusters in a funny photo sketch about girl power and cleaning. These photos are from the group's photo shoot with German fashion photographer Ellen von Unwerth. As well as this cleaning setup, the group posed in front of graffiti and on a sofa, and in another setup they posed on a bed for shots that were used for the artwork of the single Two Become One. This article on working out and keeping fit uses photos from the group's training session for their Say You'll Be There video moves. Katrina high kick showing us her moves, and in true Melanie C style, the magazine asks, "Do you like to sweat?" Up next is a feature that introduces fans to their movie. It was still being worked on at the time of this magazine release, so it doesn't go in depth, but it does have exclusive behind-the-scenes photos. This is followed up with an article on girl power in other movies. An advert for the Trouble TV channel. Beachwear fashion looks based on the Spice Girls styles. A makeup advert for Rimmel at Superdrug. Here the girls share their thoughts and experiences on the internet, which was a relatively new craze at the time. They say they made their debut on the internet earlier that year whilst in America. An advert for a children's charity. This double-page feature is about the group's infamous meeting with Prince Charles. Yes, that moment in Spice Girls history when Geri had not pinched his bum. It's pretty cool that they included his letter of thanks to them in this. Here come the individual page posters. This photography was by Chris Buck and taken in New York at the start of the year. 2 half-page ads. Spice. The official video Volume 1. The second ad is for an energy drink called Hype. In true Geri style, she interviews herself for this article named Geri on Geri. Competition winners and winning entries. Those lucky fans got to visit the set of Spice World, the movie. By answering the question, how many Spice Girls does it take to change a light bulb? Fans could win tickets to the movie's premiere. A piece on how to look good before going out. Mel B talks about her Bengal cat Spice Spot. Apparently, he got in the bath with her. The customary merch order form. But yes, it was the second wave era when new t-shirt designs were added. That mini rucksack is so cool. A page showing the girls trying on different wigs. The girls educated us in rock and roll rebels. Perhaps they saw themselves as a bit rock and roll, and I suppose they were in many ways. Then we reach the heart of this magazine. Melanie C talks openly about her emotional journey of discovering she had a half-sister called Emma who lives in Wales. It was extremely personal, but as it had been in the newspapers already, Melanie probably felt it was appropriate to address it in her band's official magazine. It all started when she was on the set of the Mama music video in January. Her dad called to tell her that he had fathered a child many years ago, shortly after splitting from Melanie's mom. He had lost contact with his other daughter, but the British tabloid newspapers had done some digging and discovered it, then threatened to tell Melanie if he didn't. It was a cruel and twisted thing to do to a family, but sadly quite typical behavior for tabloids at that time. Melanie talks about it all with heart and grace, telling how she has now formed a relationship with her sister and that they have some distinct similarities. She had always wanted a sister, so in the end this was a happy scenario. But she didn't leave it at that. She could have just told her story in the magazine and moved on, but she decided to help readers in the event that the same thing happened to them. It was responsible and caring. Typical of Melanie C, and typical of the conscientious Spice Girls. Melanie then takes things to a lighter place with a fun, sporty quiz. It's mostly pictures, but these pages highlight the group's current deal with cola giant Pepsi, which saw them reach territories far and wide with their music and positive attitude, and their Step to Me promo single too. Photos from both their 4th May London Pepsi launch and their April Pepsi commercial shoot in America are included. Gissasnog is dedicated to liking boys, but what happens if that boy is just too pushy? Get your dad to shoot his kneecaps off is Victoria's typically unguarded advice. Thank God the papers didn't pick up on that one. The next 3 pages are dedicated to the group's promotional activities during their USA trip earlier that year. an advert for Tandy Pagers, and a Virgin Records compilation album called The Best Girl Power Album Ever, which the Spice Girls lent their name to as if it were their track list. Interestingly, it genuinely includes songs that meant a lot to them, and even a RuPaul hit that featured in their future concert in 2007. What's an ideal day in food heaven for the Spice Girls? Well, now you know. Which menu would you choose? Up next is School Reports. No doubt this resonated with their fan base back in the summer of 1997. The use of their logo letters in each report is fun. They really had some great and fun ideas for these magazines. Victoria gives her advice in the Posh Guide to Elegant Living. She may not have been a real lady until 2025 when David Beckham was knighted. However, she was our real lady in the 90s, and this article is spot on. She says she would never go on a bus, ever. Well, Victoria, that's how the Spice Girls get around London, isn't it? A time for fans to share their thoughts and come and have a go. Spice lookalikes. Once again, it's time for Get Sorted, the place where the Spice Girls sort out their readers' problems. Buckle up, this may need to be read with some gentle eyes. And definitely don't shake hands with Emma if your hands are sweaty. The accompanying Spice advice column gave the group a chance to help their fans get over being dumped. As a teenager, that's probably one of the worst things that happens. It's so dramatic and all-consuming, right? Melanie C and Geri roller skating through Central Park in New York. And a Liplix advert. A massive giveaway of free stuff. For a chance to win it, all fans had to do was send them a postcard saying which thing they wanted. An advert for the Spice Magazine Club, encouraging readers to get their fans to join. This is not a pyramid scheme, don't worry. Just a recruitment program. Horoscopes. An animal charity advert. The girls drew their feelings about getting up in the morning. It made sense that their guest interview for this issue was Richard E. Grant, as they were working with him on their movie at the time. And it's clear he adores the girls from his answers. The magazine closes with an ad for Atlantic Radio and Wall's Ice Cream's Calippo. You could definitely tell the group had put more effort into this issue, and its increased size was justified by the content. What was your favorite feature in this issue? Tell me in the comments below. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, especially if you made it to the end. It really helps me continue to make videos for you to enjoy. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, what are you waiting for? Join my channel and get notified when new videos drop. I promise it will be spicy. Oh, and finally, here's a recommended video for you to watch next, or a playlist if you really want to spice up your day. See you next time.